Good morning, everyone. I am back, okay? If you are viewing this, do you know what that means? That means that I have successfully completed all of the requirements to obtain my master's degree. Let's not all clap at once, but give the girl a round of applause. Give the lady a hand. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am done with school. And I am so happy about it. Oh my gosh. Woo, 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 woo. Lots and lots of things to update you guys on, and that is basically what the premise of this video is for. Thank you in advance for your patience, your kindness. I'm still getting emails, comments on my videos on Instagram and YouTube, so thank you. If I have been absent, if I have not sent out a newsletter, if I have been quiet on the home front, y'all, it is because I can only do so many things at one time in full effort, right? And so, what do they say? Jack of all trades, master of none. It has its benefits, it has its moments, but ultimately I decided to master it. Anywho, I am done with my schooling, and so now I'm able to put my energy and effort where I really truly want it. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm literally through the roof. I'm so excited. Like, this has been a dream slash, I don't even know. I started going back to school in 2020 and I quickly withdrew, okay, having nothing to do with the pandemic, but the class was just too hard. But my heart just wasn't in it. So I ended up, I think, having to pay some money back because I had withdrew past the withdrawal period. And I was like, as long as you don't fail me, I'll pay whatever money you want me to. Ended up being like a few $100, but okay, daily life became an Olympic sport, okay? And I was like, no. And then we moved to Texas, and our cost of living decreased, but our income decreased as a whole. And while we were trying to figure out like next steps to like this income situation, I ultimately decided to go back to school to add income to the household and to help out our family. So I did that, and the deal is done, okay? The deal is done. So today is August 10th. I am 10 days away from celebrating my 36th birthday. Anyway, so update number one, I got my degree and I finished school. I got my MBA and I am planning to put it to great use. It was some really good information. The way that they had structured the classes, just really good information. And the reason that I decided to ultimately go back to school was because I was on the border of really spending like in-depth money to hire like a business coach or to go back to business school, essentially, like just kind of like certifications, classes, how to take my business to the next level. And instead of having to fork out money, I decided to be paid for my efforts because your girl is a military veteran. And so my college was completely free, not one red cent, baby, for both of my degrees, all three of them actually, my associates, bachelor's, and my master's. Not one red penny. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Thank you, Uncle Sam. So now I am able to focus for real on my business, building it, growing it, educating you guys, figuring out the layers of which I want to do it, how to do it, all those things. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for all of your support over the years, especially as I've honed in on who I want to be online, and as that continues to develop. I've got lots more content, lots more ideas, but I did take a mini season off to focus on school while we live in the apartment, while I'm while my second child is becoming more active and more mobile, and life just is taking me in a different I thought it was an Olympic sport before. Now it's really an Olympic sport. And so I've been getting up at 3, 4 in the morning to get my paper done, which leaves little time to film, little time to edit, little time to write newsletters, or to even think mentally about anything else. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I just could do a whole video on that. I like talking videos, so for those of you who like the talking portions, here you go. For everybody else, love you anyway. Anyway, so that is update number 1. Update number 2 is I am about to have a birthday. By the time you see this, I may have already celebrated my birthday, because trying to get my homework done, trying to get this video uploaded, like the timelines might be just too tight. And I'm really looking forward to what year 36 is going to bring to me. Just a lot of self-discovery, a lot of eye-opening, epiphanies, a lot of revelations, a lot. God is just really, showing up in my life. And so I saw this meme or this quote one time that said, you know that you're loved by God when He loves you, because He loves you even in the seasons that you weren't talking to Him. And so I kind of just came out of one of those seasons. My pregnancy was 2 years ago, but just really having a hard time understanding my value of where and what I'm supposed to be doing, in the kingdom, and how that's supposed to unfold. And just understanding He doesn't love anybody else more than He loves me. I'm gonna finish up this talking piece, and then I'm gonna put him down to sleep. But update number 3 is I decided to homeschool Malachi. We did not have a good public school experience, or I will say everything after Texas was really just it was just downhill. It just went downhill. It kind of, started off bad and got worse, right? I decided to homeschool. I officially made the decision in May of this year, as school was getting out. I made the decision to not send him back next year. And now that it's August and I see everybody sending their kids back, now I'm just I think low-key mourning, or grieving the loss of that, but excited for our new experience, excited for all the memories we'll make. I don't feel, y'all, I keep turning my head so excuse me if I turn my head every 2 seconds, but as long as I can see him, then I'm good. We are in an apartment right now, and so I'll get to update number 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever in a minute, but here we go. Hurry this up. But so I was like, do you want this teacher to teach you, this teacher to teach you, this teacher to teach you? And he was like, no. And his sentiments were consistent. And then I asked him, I said, do you want mama to teach you at home, or do you want to go to school? And he said, I want mama to teach me at home. And that sentiment was consistent no matter how many different ways I asked. Yeah, no matter who asked him, no matter how many weeks, days went by, or months went by. And I can tell that he really meant it, And it really just breaks my heart, because, I think that teachers mean well, but I'm reading a book right now called Weapons of Mass Instruction by John Taylor Gatto. I already skimmed mostly through the book called Dumbing Us Down, also by John Taylor Gatto. And y'all, these books are just revolutionary. They shouldn't be, but they are, because it's just stuff that is not known to the mass populations, the public. And, we're all victims. If you went to public school, which most of us did, then you are a victim of what you don't know. You just are, by happenstance, because that's the way that the system is designed. And so I will not get on that soapbox. If you want more information or a separate dedicated video to my thoughts and philosophies behind homeschool, then please let me know down in the comments. But this channel is not dedicated to, this channel and this video is not dedicated to that kind of information, but just letting you know that I have decided to homeschool my son, right? And so I don't know if it's forever. I pray that it is, but I also pray that he has a good experience, and that that any and all gaps that he needs are filled. Hey, buddy. Okay, y'all. Sorry for the intermission. I am back. I don't remember what number update we were on, but basically I was just talking about homeschool. This is what I am looking at for the betterment of my kids, and I just really think that this is going to be a good fit, and I hope that it's a long-term strategy. We're going into it like it is a long-term strategy, but at the same time, I'm really just taking things 1 year at a time. I'm not going to pull him out and put him back in school halfway through the year, so I am going to complete the full year. I was told by someone who homeschools that you can't assess anything the first year. In order to get a true assessment of homeschool, you really have to do 2 years, like commit to 2 years of it. So I'm hoping that we can give it at least a 2-year go, and that we can find some significant progress to keep us motivated and encouraged. Yeah, so that is update, I think number 3 or 4. We're just gonna say 3, okay? So update number 4 is that I am hiring a running coach. I'm actually getting back into one of my gifts to myself as I turn 36 and as I finish my degree. I really want to hone back in on my health and wellness, and in an active way, right? You know, eating right is very much a part of it, and even if you don't move a muscle throughout the day, as long as you eat right, I do believe that you are above and ahead of majority of people. Okay, I think activity levels are subjective, but I think the food, like you cannot, what they say, you cannot outrun a bad diet, you can't outwork a bad diet. So I'm not discounting the diet piece at all, but I am going to be adding in accountability for myself. So I decided to go that route because you know, I just don't really know how much disposable time that I have, and frankly, I think the accountability is necessary for a few months. I do have some low-key kind of like bucket list goals, if you would, more like dreams. It's kind of like feels like far off, but she's kind of like, you know, hey, maybe they're not as far off as you think. And so really just talking to her has, or just watching her content really has just inspired me to get back out there and do something for myself. And so as I finish up my degree and have a little bit of different time allotments, I can refocus my attention and energy. We go on family walks. I take the kids on walks probably 4 days out of 7, but this one is just for me. Like, I'm not gonna have to worry about Malachi taking the stroller into a bed of rocks or over the speed bump 10 times with Micah trying to eat a snack. Like, this one is just for me. So I'll be happy to report back in a couple of months. I've got a little mommy pudge that I want to get rid of, but other than that, my battery's about to die. Go figure. So that is it for the update portion of this video, but now I want to move into discussing Malachi's homeschool curriculum. I'm really excited to share that, and more than do it for you, I want to do it for me. This one is for me, okay? But I'm excited about this homeschool journey, and I want to share that. So I got his curriculum part A in the mail, and I want to share that. So I'm gonna go get the curriculum, and we're going to decide and go through it together. Or I would say decide, but we're gonna kind of like open and unbox it together. How does that sound? So the curriculum that I decided to go with our first year, My intention was to make it as easy for myself as possible. I didn't want to have to puzzle piece a whole bunch of things because I felt like the school system has this whole system. That's exactly right. They have this whole system, and here I come like, what do I think I know? And so I didn't want to have to recreate a bunch of wheels, essentially, and I didn't want to take away from what fun this is supposed to be for him. We went with the ACE curriculum. It stands for Accelerated Christian Education. They have what are called PACEs. I went through this program when I was in elementary school, I think 2nd through 6th grade, and I loved it. I still have the most fondest memories of that time of my life. I chose the ACE curriculum because it was already built out, tried and true, and I can speak to what the product produces. All these other programs, I mean, they sound good, but the truth is like, I don't know. I mean, they're cute, fancy, or whatever. But I chose ACE curriculum, and as well as I'm mixing it with the classical conversations community piece. I joined Classical Conversations 100% strictly for the community aspect of it. Nothing more, nothing less. Because I did not want to have to pick and pluck friends or meet. You know, we could do field trips, but you have different people at every field trip. You know, what if what if you miss the homeschool day? What if you can't? But if you start seeing, especially with Malachi, starting to see the same reoccurring faces over and over again is going to make him feel comfortable. That's what helped him really flourish in the Montessori school. And that was one thing he really enjoyed about his public school. I can't speak to the Kool-Aid of that yet, but I am excited more so about the ACE curriculums. I don't even know where to start. Okay. I said I was gonna hurry up, but I'm finding that that's not the case here. Because I'm having fun. Back to doing what I like to do. Okay. All right, so because, let me show y'all. So exciting. So this is what the box, all of this comes in the box. So these are the paces that I was telling you about. So it comes with 12 paces per subject, and there are 5 subjects. So we have, and I ordered a couple of extras just, you know, to add in, like Bible reading isn't required. Animal science isn't required. What is this? This is oh, that's actual science. So, okay, so we have math. So we have the 5 core subjects of the ACE program are math, English, social studies, science, and word building. Okay, so these are the 5. And then I ordered 2 extra subjects because my boy can do it, okay? But there's no pressure on these, right? This is just for the state. We have to submit our curriculum studies to the state, and so I wanted to add these in there. So we have Bible studies and animal science. I did animal science because I feel like he'll really enjoy stuff like this, and I did Bible reading because if he doesn't need anything else on this in this box, this one, baby, is gonna take him far. Okay, so never too early, but no pressure at the same time. Then we have what's called ABCs with Ace and Christy. This is the Ace and Christy are like the main characters, and it's so fun now that I'm like, as I was reintegrating myself, I remember Ace and Christy better. So I remember Ace and Christy from when I went through, and the thing that I love about Ace and Christy is that they start off in kindergarten with you or first grade with you, and they literally grow up through high school with you. So you get to watch them grow up, and you get to watch their character develop according to the scripture and according to the studies of where they're at. You know, 2 + 2 is 4 in kindergarten, but in high school they're doing long division, and you can see, you know, just the different character traits that they develop develop on behalf of biblical studies and all the things. So ABCs with Ace and Christy. So this is an introduction to who Ace and Christy are, as well as this is where the independence is really created in your child. So if you are trying to develop independence in your child and they don't really have that, or if you don't really want to stand over them and teach them, they do have it, and you want a program that you don't have to stand over and teach them, this one is what was recommended to me. And so this is a 12-week study that creates independence, and after the 12 weeks, your child is expected to have the capabilities of going to get their own work and starting their work themselves. And so, dang, that's Micah. Okay, so the baby woke up, but before I go, so basically the 12 weeks is supposed to establish independence in your child, and you're supposed to be with them in order to help them establish that. And then after the 12 weeks, they're expected to know how to get to, you know, do what they're supposed to do. Get that independence is expected to be there, and it's going to help to carry them through. And so I'm speaking from onset right now. I'm not speaking from, you know, what I've learned or how it's helped or anything like that. And so I can't speak from that perspective, but I am so excited for this. So excited for this. So I'm going to put this stuff together and we're going to get started. Anyway, we'll see how he measures up. So it did everything for me, right? This is what I meant by I did not have to recreate a will. Master record sheet, right? So this is probably what I would keep over the years, and we would just refer back to this, be like, oh my gosh, you remember whenever you were da-da-da, you scored whatever percentage, yada yada yada, blah. Okay, and these are, I'm assuming, coloring sheets that go with these. So yeah, this is where we are at. Looking forward to a prosperous school year. At this point in juncture, we are looking for, I'm looking to get some t-shirts done, stuff like that. Just little fun stuff to make it fun. I'm really big into the pre and post progress. So that's where I'm going to be making sure I do not slip up and making sure I really start on track. I'm still watching a couple of YouTube videos. ACE is not a big curriculum like Classical Conversations is, but it is tried and true, okay? So that's what I like about it. So I know this was long, but I hope that it was informative. I hope that you gained some value out of it. And I wish you well on your own homeschool journey. So please, please, please let me know in the comments below where you're starting at, or what your, what juncture, what, where are you at in your thoughts and progress. Because let me tell you something, if I never was gonna homeschool, I had a picture beside it in the dictionary, your girl's face was listed, okay? I was so looking forward to having my freedom back as soon as Malachi started school. Then I got pregnant and I was like, oh man. And so life just takes you on this, this journey that you just never expect, right? So I may open one or two of these up, but I'll put that in another video, because I'm just like, I don't want to make a bigger mess, and they're out there being unattended right now. So let me go tend to the living things. There are things in my house, and I will talk to you guys in another video. But I'm happy to be back. Thank you so much for your patience, and I will be back with the juice content. So love you so much, and it's always a pleasure doing life with you. Bye.